Something's happening here, and what it is ain't exactly clear.
I'm gonna check mine to see if I screwed up last week.
Speakers. Yate, say something now.
Hey,
Roach.
yep, lug nut.
Fixed it. Ain't got no gas in it.
No gas. Some bitch.
I like
No,
how
man.
those are the two go-tos we've come to. Where every time
Yep.
we figured out it's either a lug nut and we fixed it, or it ain't got no gas in it.
The
true.
one that fixed it is, yeah, that's.
Speaking
I said
of
that
not
on
having gas in
social
it.
media is. I need some chapping stuff. Yeah, I'll fucking survive. Okay.
There we go. Drinking
I also have-
beers.
Robin, would you like a beer? It is an IPA.
I just ate a shit ton of pizza.
Yeah, you don't want an IPA on pizza. That's bad.
No, I'm
Well, this-
still full.
This is that one IPA that when I was drinking a lot all the time.
Yeah, I've had it.
I remember it's because it's a lighter IPA, but it's still
Yeah.
an IPA. Oh. Oh, because also I realized I haven't really eaten. I had like less than a scoop of rice and a piece of pork that was about half the size of my palm. That's all I've eaten today.
So not many.
No, not many. And I was like, oh, let me go grab some IPAs, and then I'll get a nice buzz.
Makes sense.
It's not only for horses.
Hey, get away, get it.
Go on, get it.
Yeah, get it out of my titty piss. No, kid, it's my podcast.
So I did that thing where I jack up my face a little bit because I shaved down, I lined up my beard,
Mhm.
and I'm like shaving. I'm like, God, this fucking hurts.
Look at how little this kitty is.
That's one tiny pussy. Goddamn little.
You can do.
But then I realized because I don't actually shave, I don't change out my razor blade very often until it starts fucking my face up, and I'm like, so I was like, man, let me see if I change the razor blade. Then it's like, oh, yep, I've probably been using that same razor to line my beard up for like 6 months.
Gotta go.
I couldn't tell you the last time I changed a razor blade.
I haven't shaved traditionally in at least 5 years.
Last time I shaved was Brian's wedding, and that was 12 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I basically when I do my head, I'll trim up my beard,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll trim my mustache with some scissors. Elsewise, like I haven't shaved properly since I moved here, really.
You ever think about going with the bearded bald guy look, Jake?
No.
I know when my hair starts, it's thinning on top, and when it started doing that, that was one of my thoughts. I was like, I don't really want to do the bearded bald guy look.
My hairstyle is based on one thing. No maintenance.
No main. Yeah.
Like my hair is what it is.
Mhm.
Like I cut it short, it'll grow out a little bit. I'm gonna cut it short again. And that's what my hair is. I'm pretty much bald at this point. Like is what it is. Like there's a little bit here. There's not a lot, but I'm just gonna continue to cut it short. And if I go for the cue ball look, I'm gonna have to constantly be shaving my head every day. And that's like my buddy Lonnie has a shaved
Maintenance.
head. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
Maintenance.
Yeah.
It's too much work. It's
Yeah.
just as much work as having long hair.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
And also, you're married with kids.
Exactly.
Like, whereas me, I'm like, well, I'm gonna spend an extra $75 this month on some random ass shit to try to keep my head from going bald.
Trying to keep my head from going bald and trying to get some pussy.
Yeah, I mean,
She knows I'm bald.
yeah, right.
Not a secret.
It's not a secret. Yeah, I don't have to. I don't. She's like, oh God, It's funny. I was actually listening to Dumb People Town today, and there was this arranged wedding in India, and the woman, like the guy, fainted on the way to the altar, and his rug fell off, and the woman like wanted to get a divorce because she didn't know he was bald.
Sounds like a George Costanza thing.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way she can get married to me, Jerry.
That show is kind of like hated on. It's like Nickelback. Like people just kind of hate on it to hate on it.
What's
But
that?
it's Seinfeld. Why am I still hearing myself?
Do people hate on Seinfeld? Because I
Yeah.
feel like everybody fucking worships Seinfeld.
I don't
Because
know. I
you're
feel
hanging
like
out the right people.
yeah.
It seems like everyone I talk to, I'm the outlier because I don't really like Seinfeld. I'm not here for it.
Maybe
as much
that's why. Maybe that's why I get the feeling because like you just kind of put off that fuck Seinfeld kind of vibe.
Well, I don't hate Seinfeld. I'm just kind of indifferent to it. Like I've tried to watch a few episodes. I didn't get it, or it didn't make me laugh, and so I was just like, whatever. Like I'm not gonna.
Fair point.
It's kind of like trying to watch Friends. I've watched a few episodes of Friends. It wasn't for me. I don't want to watch 50 episodes of a show to decide if I like it or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was gonna say like Breaking Bad. I still have never watched all of Breaking Bad.
Oh.
So that's why that's why I give Jake passes on things. I know Breaking Bad's great.
Well, see, I've asked people for episode recommendations, and I think it falls under the same line of
The strike.
The what?
The strike.
What are you talking about?
The strike. You're asking for episode recommendations.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was one that was one.
That's where we get Festivus.
Fair enough. Like I know where Festivus comes from. Like I'm familiar.
I know,
with
but
it.
I'm saying like that episode. Good shit.
But I think it comes from usually when I mention, if someone makes a Seinfeld joke and I don't get it, they'll say something to the effect of, "Oh, you don't like Seinfeld? How could you not like Seinfeld?" I don't know. It's weird.
I could see it being. Seinfeld is one of those shows I can see it. I can see why someone wouldn't like it.
I didn't start watching it until it started getting quoted around me a lot, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna try it." And then it was just on TBS, so I just kept watching it. But Friends was also on, and I was like,
But
"The
Friends.
show is dumb." Like I tried watching it. I've watched quite a few episodes, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
Friends?
see, I enjoy Friends, but also my sister and mom watched it a lot growing up, so it might be one of those things too that I grew up watching it, not watched it later.
Right. Like that's how I got into NCIS is because my parents like that shit.
Mhm.
I watched the original CSI like religiously. And then like Miami came out. I was not about Miami. My dad was fucking obsessed with Miami.
Miami Heat.
Miami, who would you have?
Let's see, Law and Order and what's the cop one? All the Dick Wolf shows.
The Wolf Den shows.
Bum, bum,
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
like Law and Order. Then there's SVU. Then there's
Yeah.
Criminal Intent. Then there's Criminal Underworld. Then
Mhm.
there's Under Unit Investigations.
Law and Order Justice.
Under unit investigations is what I do at the strip club.
Hey, whoa.
Law and Order Justice League of America. It's a
Law-
crossover event with DC.
Law and Order Spirit Halloween.
Yeah. Law and Order, Ice Cube plays a cop and then writes a song about killing cops.
It was Ice-T.
Oh, Ice-T. Yeah, not Ice Cube. Ice-T.
It's like the funny thing about that show is like they made people like come out of retirement to keep doing the show. They're like, fuck you, you got to come back and be lieutenant whatever.
Dan.
Like
I ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
ain't got no legs in it.
Ain't got no legs in it.
That's the name of the free show. Ain't got no legs in it.
Ain't got no legs in it.
Speaking of ain't got no legs in it, have you ever seen those Brazilian midget soccer players?
No.
Brazilian, how many is there, like a Brazilian of them?
Yes.
Brazilian midget soccer players. I just want to
Mhm.
make sure I heard that right.
Sounds amazing.
See if I can find it and send it to you guys.
I'm thinking of all the possibilities. They're all funny.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one where it was like, I think you said it to me, Robin. It was the 4 midgets like in bikinis or like
Chicks,
hey,
yeah.
yeah.
Like they look normal and then they scoot back and you're like, oh, surprise, motherfucker.
That's what I was talking about with that one girl. She didn't have the rotisserie chicken proportions. She was just short. She was just legally a midget.
Right.
David Deaton, send me a message.
It's on the YouTube. It's actually on YouTube. We could look it up.
Oh shit. We might have to play that.
I just saw one image. It's amazing. Yeah, we're just gonna do that right now. Okay.
Dwarf
Share screen.
football.
Dwarf football, yeah.
Let's see.
What football is life.
Football is life.
In South America, it's dwarf football. In North America, it's midget soccer.
And when it's international play, it's called the Sippy Cup.
That's good. That's a good shit.
That is funny.
All right. Share screen. Dwarf football. Share sound. Start sharing. All right. Here we are watching some.
Are those guys twins?
¡No se deje, Bloomy! ¿Dónde está? Ahí está. Para. ¿Dónde está? Ahí está, Oriente no quiere dejarse. ¿Dónde está?
Señor árbitro, penal.
Oh, he didn't show the one where he spins on top of it.
Oh my god.
Those guys had to be twins.
With the blind football European Championships.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my god.
So what have we stumbled onto?
Oh, so that was me seeing midgets I didn't expect in real time.
Wow.
Wow.
There's another one where the guy in the blue shirt, he's like spinning in circles on top of the ball because he can't kick it between his legs. But he's just spinning in circles or like and pushing the ball around the guy in the green. And he's just like, oh god, I want to find that one. That's the one that's gold.
Yeah, those guys, they gotta be twins.
Gotta be twins.
Because like you look at them, they both were missing their legs and their arms.
Look,
and
he
they
had
look
no legs. All right, we've got the blind penalties here.
Keeper.
For Spain.
All right. Full Spain. Here we go.
They have to whisper because
I had to play against the deaf school.
I've heard.
Yeah,
they did.
All right, here's some blind soccer.
James swaying side to side. The guide is just tapping the right post.
This is golf?
Well, no, if you make noise, they can't tell where the ball is. Is the goalie actually blind?
I think the goalie's blind.
Please hit him in the
Get
face.
off his face. Yeah.
Save.
Oh!
Wow.
So that's a miss for the first penalty. James saves it. Beautiful. Low
England kicker.
and ready.
Does the ball beep?
Ace of the England. Straight to the goalie. Straight to
No, I think they just kick it right at the guy.
One more time.
Is a problem.
There's a ball. Crouched over the ball. And that's gone straight to the goalie. Straight to the
By Sergio
That'd be good. That was
And
awesome.
that's gone straight to the goalie. Straight.
I think that guy could see.
And one more
Because
time.
watch, the ball comes back to him.
Crouched over the ball.
Watch him.
And that's gone straight to the goalie, straight to the
Saved
centre.
by Sergio
Maybe it's like legally
Rodriguez.
blind. You know how you can like see like
Yeah.
shapes? I don't know. That's I think totally blind
Wow.
is a funnier idea.
Blind soccer though. That's
Even
see that on the
even
big board.
yeah, even being able to see stopping a kick from like 6 meters away like that is fucking tough.
One hand would stay up here.
Well, one hand would stay down here.
So I would have no hands because
You'd
my
just be like-
balls and my face would be protected. Oh, so I sent you that clip of him spinning.
Oh god.
Oh no.
All right, here it comes.
I love how many people there were there to watch
He's going.
this.
He's going. Oh!
Oh. This is amazing.
God, some of the greatest things that have ever happened in this world.
Mhm.
That was a great bump right there.
Yeah,
This is fantastic.
Completely slides ass over tea kettle. Well, I guess it would be ass over teacup for him.
Yep.
Aw. Wait, what's the date today? So this will be the last podcast that comes out in August, which is basically the end of summer.
Wow.
Did you post this last week's?
Oh, totally.
You got right on.
Don't mind me.
Asking him if he posted the podcast is very similar to what did I say? It gets the same response.
What did I
What did I
say?
say? Yeah.
Verify it's me. Fuck yeah, it's me, dog.
I was gonna say, asking Jake if he posted the podcast is asking me if I had checked my text messages or any sort of message
How
for the
do you
day.
how do you do that?
Honestly, though.
I don't know. I don't. You want to hear the real reason? I am so depressed. I just sit in a corner in the dark room. No, I don't know. I'll see it. And I'm like, cool. I'll read that later. And then I won't. And later will come.
Then you won't.
And I'll forget. I'm going with my go-to excuse lately for my memory is just TBI.
What is TBI?
Like
Traumatic brain injury.
I'm just going with the fact that I've had 10 concussions in my life, and 10 diagnosed concussions in my life.
Diagnosed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm chalking up to my memory these days.
That's close to high score.
It's up there.
I've got enough concussions that I could never be a pilot. Let's say that.
I didn't know that was like on the checklist.
you couldn't be a pilot for other reasons.
Well, yeah, it's the same reason why like my jump shot is the reason I'm not in the NBA. There's a lot of other reasons.
There's a lot of other reasons,
really
but it doesn't
sucks.
help.
It doesn't help. I remember I said that I was working at in a garage one time, and I threw some tape into a trash can, and I missed it. I was like, there goes my NBA career. And the guy I'm working with is like, shut up, you 5'8" little shit.
Hey.
Dave Deaton.
Yep.
Blow him up. You used to blow him?
What about blowing him?
What? Who?
Blow
What did I say?
Haywood, would you blow me?
Hey, would you blow me? No. What the fuck is going on here, man?
I don't know, man.
Why is this? This is not what I showed up for. Where is my show?
Are you trying to blow the shit at last week's show right now?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I totally did that, guys. Hold on a sec.
You didn't understand that that's what that sly look was all
Oh,
about?
I knew that was.
And me stopping what I was doing and doing something else?
It's definitely on YouTube.
Yeah, it's downloaded now currently onto my computer, but what the problem is I don't, let's see, log in to Spotify for podcasters. Yeah, that's the one.
I know this is off topic, but I've definitely got one of those farts that I feel like if I push it out, I'm about to shit
Oh,
myself.
nope, not doing that.
I was about to
we're
fart.
not doing
It's like,
that.
nope, I can feel it. Nope, I'm not gonna shit myself.
What
Yeah.
shit's going on?
I mean, if you want to see me shit myself live on the show, shoot us a message and I won't do it.
Shoot us a turd.
You can shoot us a turd.
Poop shoot. Yeah.
Poof shoot. Yeah. Well, that's not the one. This one?
I noticed, like on the YouTube, you can go live. I was thinking one of these times we should try that, but I don't know how we would do with the 3 cameras. We could do Twitch.
Well,
could
what
do
we
it on
could
Twitch.
what we could do, it's a pretty simple.
Man,
What?
Brian's calling. He
Well,
waits
go
till we're
ahead.
doing the podcast. No, go ahead. He can call later.
So what you can do is you can run a program, or I can run a program on the computer called XSplit, which essentially will just use the screen capture, and then we could use that to stream live to YouTube using XSplit. If I could figure out how the fuck to get on to, ever since Spotify took over Anchor, it's been a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I figured out how to do Twitch and streaming games. Like I've got that figured out, and I'm pretty sure we could do pretty much the same thing as we're doing now. We would just be on Twitch.
Yeah, could work. Because this thing is a fucking pain in the ass lately. Because I can't even figure out where I'm supposed to log in.
Oh, that makes sense.
Log in with Spotify, maybe?
Maybe.
That's not.
Well, hey, if you go over to Twitch, we can't be showing our dicks because then they'll. I know a couple of boobies that got put out and they got Twitch.
We could go to Kick. Kick
We
is
could-
like Twitch, but less rules.
We could
Oh,
go to
yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, let's just start an OnlyFans, guys.
There we go.
Just log in with my email. Don't tell me that was the fucking key.
That was it. Ooh, Sunday, all movies are $4.
That was it.
That was it?
That was it.
Lug nut
Fixed it.
ain't got no legs in it.
I hate the world today.
Hate the world today.
I hate the world today. Wait, what song is that?
I don't know, every emo song.
I can hear it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now I'm looking it up.
It's not. I just turned it into "Bitch" by Meredith Brooks. It's not that.
I hate the world today. Nope.
I hate the
That's
world.
funny
today.
because that is a lyric from Bitch.
I hate the world today is from "Bitch."
Yeah.
I think I was singing "Bitch" then.
Yeah, because that is the first result is Bitch. Let's see if you can
Let's
see
see.
it.
Let me see if the melody fits what I was singing.
Who's Melody? Is she hot?
No, never. Yeah, I hate you're so good to me. I know, but I can't change. Yeah, that was what I was
You were
singing.
thinking, bitch.
It was,
I'm
yeah.
a bitch.
I looked her right in her face and I said,
Bitch.
Bitch. I said bitch, what?
that is still one of my favorite skits,
Pretty
like,
funny.
ever.
It makes like the show Key and Peele makes me sad because I know that Jordan Peele was just using it so he could go make his weird horror movies.
I don't think from what I've heard, he wasn't looking to do the horror thing. It just kind of happened that they were like, "Hey, you want to try this?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then he realized he had a lot of ideas for horror movies.
He had a shtick.
I haven't watched that many, but I know I've seen Us,
Mhm.
and that was super creepy, and I really liked it. And I don't really like scary movies. I don't watch scary movies that often. But I watched Us, and I liked it.
Which one was Us?
Us was the family that goes to the circus, and then they've got like evil replicas from a mirror world at the circus or something like that.
That sounds trippy.
Yeah.
I have it. I just haven't watched it.
I haven't.
No, it's good. I haven't seen Nope.
Get Out.
I've been
I've
wanting
seen
to,
Nope.
I've been wanting to watch Nope.
I started it. I didn't finish it.
Sounds
For
like
what-
most of my viewing.
Late night viewing, or you got busy, or you just weren't in
No, it was middle of the day, and I was like, I'm gonna watch Nope, and then I started it, and I was like, this is really slow, and I just didn't get into it.
You watched it and you were like, nope.
Exactly. What was the one? The
Out.
Get Out.
now or Get
See,
Out.
I still haven't watched Get Out, but I really want to see it because
That one was good. I liked it. And that one wasn't as slow as Nope. Like it starts off and you're like, oh shit, things are going on, and you don't really put together what's going on until later in the show.
Until the things have happened.
Until they have happened, and you're like, oh, they should probably get out.
get out of there.
Yeah.
That's the name of the movie.
Go on, get. The remix is Go On Get.
That's a sequel.
Yeah. Go on, get.
All right, man.
Hey.
These people.
Are you ready for Get Out Show?
Yes.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And yeah, you may see him. He doesn't have the whiskey eye. He doesn't have the lazy eye. But when the Hawaiians come, he's sure to see the whispering eye.
Ew.
It's Dave.
You can't hear me. If you're listening, you don't see what I just did, so you should watch it. Anyway, speaking of watching things that you probably shouldn't watch, it's Robin.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some e-fuck things that I've seen that I'm like, oh my god, I
wish I hadn't seen that.
I should have not seen that.
What was that other thing? Like 1,000 deaths? Face of Death.
Faces of Death. Yes. Like if you guys are younger than like, I would say 30, you probably haven't seen that.
Pain Olympics, I don't know anything about.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Or bum fights. Look at bum fights. Rufus the stunt bum.
Mr. Hands.
Oh, what was that website that we got Doug posted on? Because he passed out, and we wrote a sign that said cocksucker with an arrow pointed at him, and he fell asleep, and he wakes up, and he's like, we got a picture.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
What was that?
Was that E-Bombs World?
It was a Hot or Not.
No, but it was in that era. Anyway, bringing it back around, like the hoop snake that he is, it's the hoop snake known as Jake.
It's me. It's everyone's favorite. Hello, I'm everyone's favorite. Hi.
That guy.
It's that guy. Hello, welcome to the show. Super fan is here to celebrate the exciting news that very soon we will be watching the University of Oregon, the Mighty Ducks. They will be playing the state of Portland Vikings, and we're going to see what is what and who is who.
I never realized how out of place the Portland State Vikings really is. Like, there's no Vikings.
No,
and Portland is not a state.
No.
Neither is Boise, though. So
neither is Boise. Neither is Ball.
Ball is definitely not a state.
That's a toy.
The noun.
It is. It's a verb also.
It is. Look at that.
You call it verb state. English state.
English state.
A very versatile word, like fuck. Maybe they should be fuck state.
It should just be called grammar state.
Grambling.
Grambling.
Grammar.
I forgot what I was looking up. Fuck. Anyway.
That's probably what you were looking up. E-fucked.
You're looking up
E-fucked. Yes. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out what Doug was on. Doug.
Doug, go make some popcorn, Doug.
I
he
work
made
too
the best
goddamn hard for
popcorn.
this shit.
I remember it was like the first time I ever came down to Myrtle Creek, and like we show up over at the Crouches, and you're just like, Doug comes in, he's like, Darren, god damn it. And you're like, shut up, Doug, go make some popcorn.
Jake,
I'm like,
I wish you would have known you back in the Crouch Party heydays.
oh, I mean, I caught the very tail end
Cut
of
the
it.
end of it, yeah.
But like the
The car,
early-
the
early
stealing
2000s.
the radio out of the car days.
the early to mid 2000s debauchery was at an all-time high.
There were some things.
There was some stuff and some things.
Like there may be some things we might could
Pro-
go to jail for,
Yeah, you can't.
Well, probably
we're still
should
within,
have.
probably
or
still
somebody
within the-
did.
Or somebody
So-
did, yeah.
Somebody things we could have gone to jail for, things we should have gone to jail for, and things someone had actually gone to jail for.
That's like the after the colon in your when you write your autobiography. It's gonna be Dave Deaton. Things we went to jail for, things we should have gone to jail for, and things someone went to jail for.
Right. God, I really want to figure out what that website
Memoir
was.
is a word I couldn't figure out.
You call it Memoirs of a Geisha.
Memoirs of a Dave-sha.
Dave-sha.
Yeah, I got there.
Writing
Guess
that
we
down.
got
That's
my-
the name of the
Guess
episode.
we got my autobiography.
That's the name of the episode.
Well, last week was an all-time name of an episode. The Davy Train, he who makes a beast of himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
I have
Available,
one of these
available now. Literally right now.
Right now.
right now, where
Bring
you
it
get your streaming services in your
Publish.
face.
Publish. You're all set. All right.
up.
And that's how we do it here.
Memoirs of a Geisha.
What was that? God damn it! It's gonna bug me forever.
Like, what was
Like-
the site about? Like, what did you do with this website
It
other than
was-
post
it
pictures
was-
of Doug?
Right. You mentioned one earlier that was. Let me go back because I saw it and I was like, it was very similar to that.
E-Bombs
it
World?
was similar to E-Bombs World,
Oh,
and I
there were
can't
so
remember
many.
the name of it. Like it was. We spent a lot of time just looking at stupid shit on there.
Oh, I mean, that's what the internet was for.
Dude,
Yeah.
the early days of the internet were fucking wild.
It was-
That's
there-
that's where I discovered old Greg.
Mhm.
Yep. I had no idea what the Mighty Boosh was, but I knew who old Greg was. And all of a sudden, the Mighty Boosh comes on Adult Swim, and I'm like, "What is this? I'm old Greg. Oh shit!"
I know him. I know that guy. Right.
AOL. Remember AOL when you could video chat with people?
Dude, I was all over AIM.
Yep.
I had a
I used MSN.
I was on MSN too. I was very versatile because I was also on the Yahoo or Pogo Games playing checkers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was all up in there, and I was part of the scene in that crew. So people like when I showed up, people were like, "Oh, hey, he's here." Blah, blah,
Like you
blah.
remember chat rooms?
Yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
was a chat room fiend.
Talk to random people.
Dude, my mom, like, she was obsessed with the chat room, the Palace. Did you ever see that shit?
Was that the one with the avatars?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I saw one person I didn't know what it was called, but I saw them playing it one time, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I can just change my avatar, like watch." And it's just like, what is this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's happening
Or
here?
Crank Anchors. That was
Dude.
around that time.
Yeah.
I
Crank
got
Anchors.
mail. Yay.
There was, dude, the early 2000s was like, it's right up until we turned on the Large Hadron Collider, like everything was cool.
I've heard
try-
so many different things connected to that too.
With
Cocaine.
Well, that's
Cocaine.
when.
Cocaine is connected to that between me and Robin.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
Little
It's a-
story.
it's a different connection.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of collider.
But that's where a lot of people are saying the Mandela effect really took over, was when they turned that on. That's when shit got forgotten. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I disagree with that or not.
You can't remember if you do or not.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we entered this hellscape as soon as that fucking gorilla died.
Fucking dicks out for Harambe.
Yep. As soon as someone
No,
shot that
hey,
gorilla, we
I
got
can see your dick. Hold on.
put it. Wait, we can't have
No,
dicks that this
just-
close.
A moment of silence and dick
binoculars.
stuff. Okay. Fine, I'll put it
I'll pull it out the bottom.
Not again.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Good times.
So
You
we've
guys-
got what's
yeah,
up?
9 days.
I
is
was
what we
about
got.
to say 9 days, 9 times.
So by the time you listen to this, it'll be like at least
Last
6,
week.
or yeah. Oh man.
Oh shit!
What happened?
What
Oh.
that happened?
I finally did look at the schedule though.
Oh, I
Shit,
still
Joel?
haven't. I refuse to.
Why?
I refuse. Because I'll
Right.
get too excited. I don't want to. Because I already started planning things, and like I mentioned the Hawaii thing. I sent you Hawaiian shirts because I was like, hey, should we wear Hawaiian
We
shirts?
should get Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Green and yellow Hawaiian shirts.
Did I bring you back your Hawaiian shirt?
Oh, I thought I gave it to you.
Oh, okay.
The
Well,
one that's the Oregon one.
Yeah.
It's a cool one.
It's one I wore last year.
You just
I
wear
think-
that.
Yeah, just
Okay.
No, you sent me that one that's like it has the leaves and shit on it, and then it's got the
Mhm.
flowers. It's green and
Yeah,
yellow.
it's cool.
That's just a good looking shirt.
I liked
I'll
it.
probably just wear that. I have one. It's a Vans shirt. It's got leaves on it. I might but it's just leaves.
How many?
Several.
Oh.
I might leaves it there
The
though.
cool thing is that it's a September game, so it should still be nice and warm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a mid-September game against Hawaii.
Hey,
Mhm.
I posted those shoes earlier that were coming out next month, and
Yeah.
Oregon has deleted the post.
Weird.
Now I got to see if I have a picture of them somewhere, because I was
People-
gonna show them, and
People
then
don't forget.
oh man, did they
She
fucking
said-
take it down?
Did you send it in the group chat or the Snapchat?
Oh, I might have sent it in both. Let's see if it's in that.
Oh,
I
it's
think
in-
I
it's in-
copied.
It's in
Yeah.
it's in non-sports gumball.
Yeah. Dave,
Those are
check
cool.
those out.
Oh yeah. Are those Air Maxes?
Yeah, they come out. They
Remember
come
when
out
I
in like a week and a half.
remember I used to rock the Air Maxes for a while
Yeah,
because they gave me like a 2.5 inch.
they're
Hate the
they're definitely
difference.
gonna make you tall.
Yeah, they made me taller. Yeah, yep,
So I think I'm buying those.
right.
I'm probably getting a pair. They look pretty cool.
They're kind of awesome.
Yeah, I could use a couple extra inches.
That's what she said.
Jinx, you owe me some coke.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Want to go skiing?
What? Yes.
I mean snowboarding.
Snowboarding. Yep.
Anything to do with snow, I want it now.
I'm in.
Wait, no, are you serious? Like, don't fuck with me right now.
I was sitting around the other day. I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna do some party drugs."
Every day.
It has been. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, I want to do like some 6-7 hour party drugs. You want to do like some 11-minute party drugs?
Either way, I'm okay with
well,
either
if you buy enough, it can be 6 to 7 hours.
one. It's true. It's true.
Have you ever
I did
seen
a-
10,000 dollars worth of crack?
I did a whole 12 hours in San Diego one night in a hotel room.
I spent a week in San Diego one night.
Oh man.
So we've got things to figure out, things to plan. I figure out what we're doing for meals and shit.
Well, breakfast burritos, pretty much
Pretty
set
solid.
there. I'm gonna start texting the people we tailgate next to, probably Monday, maybe
Okay.
Sunday.
I'll
and
reach
see
out
what-
to
They better be back this year.
you
Exactly.
guys better, and they better not be walking.
Yeah, people.
They still better be handicapped so they can hang out with us.
Well, I know the one guy had surgery and it had to do with his wheelchair. So,
His
They'll be
wheelchair had surgery?
yep, wheelchair surgery.
Oh, yeah, they get
Wheelchair
a
surgery.
lube change on his wheelchair.
Get the lube change.
You gotta service the brakes.
Oh,
He had to get that tranny fluid out of his wheelchair.
you can't say that.
Yeah, that's
I'm
that's
talking
something
about
else.
transmission.
That's something else, Dave.
Am I?
Dave, finding the line, Deaton.
I wish they made like gas powered wheelchairs, like just people screaming down the road, like old people.
Start up.
Can you imagine Dino?
But you can't put a kickstart on those.
Oh my god!
Wait.
No, it can't be a kickstart. It's gotta be an electric.
Imagine Dino with a gas powered fucking
That
wheelchair
was a
in
terror.
traffic.
Right.
It's just like pull up next to somebody who cut him off, and he'd be like, "Hey man, you cut me off back there."
I always thought when he drove his van that it was like it made his wheelchair like a wheelchair car.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's an extension of his wheelchair, so he's like, I don't know. It weirded me
It
out.
was like Mr. Bean.
It was like a transformer driving a transformer. Like he had wheels on wheels.
Robots in disguise.
Oh,
worst
did
part
you
was
ever
when-
drive that thing? Oh, you did.
Yes, the thing was awful to drive.
I loved it because sometimes I would just pretend my legs didn't work and use the hand gas and brake.
I never got brave enough to use the hand gas.
I did all the time. I was like, "Hey, Dino, what's this do?"
Well, see, when I drove it down there, he hadn't been for a couple seasons, and
Yeah.
so like I had to jump the van, and then we had to go get gas in it, and because we just jumped it, we couldn't like turn the gas tank, the engine off,
Right.
and so we're like, we're gonna leave it running. We still need gas, and the guy was like sketched out about. We're like, it'll be fine, trust us. And so, like, I'm sure that, like, the wheels, tires needed rotating and balancing and shit. Like, I'm going down the road. This thing's been sitting for a year and a half. It's just like the whole way down the road.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Good
Yeah,
times.
yeah. He gave me one of those moments of advice that I remember forever. Like, we're leaving, and like we're trying to get over, and he's just like, "He who hesitates is lost, Jakey." And I was like, and like ever since then, I've just been like, "Yep, that's one of my credos."
Yeah.
Says the guy that if you get in a wreck, he's not going to get any more paralyzed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he's already quadriplegic.
He's always like, just fucking go for it.
What's
He
the
didn't
worst?
care.
He's like, "What's the worst that could happen? You end up in a wheelchair?"
Suddenly, I'm not laughing.
Yeah. Well, like, wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait.
Hold on, Dean. We know
Like,
we're
you have an
handicapped.
extra? Because
I remember one time we were stopped in traffic. This is after the hand gas van. I came down from Washington, stopped at his place, grabbed the van, and we came to a game. We were stopped in traffic on the way to Portland, and we hadn't moved in like 10 minutes. And he looks at me and goes, "You want to chop up a line while we sit here in traffic?" So I put it in park. I'm like, "Hold on a sec."
Fucking guy.
good times.
Oh.
Now I'm sad and my nose itches.
Well, there will be football next weekend to remedy both of those things.
I mean,
Well, at least one of them.
yeah.
One of them.
There's football too.
Yeah. Man.
I feel like I need to because last season was when I started smoking weed again. And then there would be points in the game when people would be like, "Hey, are you enjoying yourself?"
You'd be like,
Hi, Dave just looks like this the whole time. Oh, wait, hold on. Where are they at? The whole
Stone
game.
Just
We're winning.
touchdown,
Down.
field goal.
And there's
Punt.
pick this
Nice.
the whole time. Like I remember getting text messages while we're at the game. "Hey, are you awake?" And I'm totally awake. I'm watching the whole game, but I
Right.
just sit there the whole time with my sunglasses on, arms crossed, just kind of sit there.
Dude,
Now,
that-
drunk me talks the ear off of people who are next to us. So, see if we get some
Because Robin's engaged in the game, especially if it's tight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Drunk Dave is a true player.
Drunk Dave wants to know what these guys did to get these seats, and if they went to U of O and there's a bunch of bitches and blah blah blah.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
Meanwhile,
I
Bailey and I are up in standing room only arguing with some family member of the team
Right.
because we got there an hour ago and they want to stand there too.
I can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
I got to figure out what I'm going to do for TV because we don't have Dish Network anymore. And I think I'm going to buy like a Roku or something and then just use my phone as a hotspot and then stream to that.
Phone internet service has gotten way better in the last like 5 years.
Yeah.
I know,
have
I kept thinking about like, man, that sounds like it might not work. And I thought, yeah, it's gotten a lot better though. Like,
right. And especially before the game, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I remember like in 2011 when I first moved back, and we went to all the games. Like you could, if you were standing outside the state, like in that area, general area of Springfield, like
no cell service
at all. Like you had to walk to EJ and Tracy's to get one bar.
Yeah, and text messages were not getting out. They put a tower like on top of the stadium.
Yeah, which rightfully so, because how are you gonna have that many people there every weekend? And
60,000 people out of communication.
Basically, until the game started, this is what I remember: is unless the game was going on and I was in the stadium, I had cell service.
Basically,
I might not be able to send a picture, but I could like get stuff. And even now, still can receive pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, look, there's you. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I can get pictures in the middle of the game. Hey, are you alive down there? I'm alive.
Oh, my water's rubbing.
Trust me, I'm super excited right now. I'm happy.
I'm
Really
having a great time.
here.
Having a fantastic time.
Yeah, I'm having a fantastic time.
It reminds me, like, that your story kind of reminds me of Tyler the Canadian.
Not the creator.
No, the Tyler the Canadian. A guy. I had this fucking. It was called an Aero Pro, and it was a little vape pen, and its whole deal was like, oh, it's like 3 times the hit of a regular vape pen. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's got fruity flavors and it tastes good. And so Bales and I are just passing this thing back and forth. It's one of those late September games, and like Oregon is up by like 20 points, and so we're just having great time. It's like 7:30 late September, so you've got the sunset going down, and it's the perfect Autzen idyllic situation. Like it's beautiful. And this dude shows up and he's like, hey guys, like I just drove down here from Canada and heard there was a football game. I'm like, and in my head I'm like, you know how many football games you drove past to get here, but you picked the right one, buddy.
Right.
Like he's got a brand new Oregon shirt on. And so yeah, all this so we pass it over to him. I'm like, hey man, do you smoke? He's like, oh yeah, I'm Canadian. And so we pass him the Aero Pro, and he hits it and passes it back. And Bales and I are bullshitting because the game's in hand, and we realize Tyler hasn't said anything for about 5 minutes now. He's been kind of leaning on the concrete there, just kind of looking at the field. And we're like, hey man, are you good? And you see him come to, like he returned to his body. Like, when we contacted, hey Tyler, are you good? And he's like, oh dude, I just flew all over the stadium. I went all over this place, man, just flying around. That's what impressive. I think of, like, whenever Dave is in his arms crossed, sunglasses pose. I just imagine Dave is having an out of body experience and just flying around the stadium, having the time of his life.
Kind of makes me want to see a game on shrooms this year.
No.
I'm going to fuck around and find out.
Tell me what game that is. I'm not coming.
I'm not going to tell you what game it is, and you're always going to be coming.
Ooh, that has nothing to do with the game.
Nope, it's just game.
What a wicked game, you Dave.
So I busted out the schedule.
All
Portland
right.
State
There
at
he
home.
is.
Yep. Texas Tech on the ROAD.
Yep, and then we go get Hawaii on September 16th
Yeah.
at home,
Washington State after that.
and then we play Dion.
All right. Prime
Time. Then we go to Stanford,
Huh? Blech.
and then at Mashington,
Blech.
then Washington State,
Blech.
then we go to Utah,
Blech.
and then we get back-to-back Cal and USC,
Blech. Blech.
at Arizona State,
Blech.
and versus the Bavers.
Blech.
And the Bavers game's Friday, 5:30.
Blech.
So
Why are they doing that shit again? I hate the Friday game. Was high school?
it's because nobody works on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, nobody works on Saturday either.
Well,
Or Sunday.
They figure they can get more viewers because nobody's got anything
Yeah,
going
because
on
it's
Friday
the
night.
final one. This stupid shit. I fucking hate the Pac-12.
We might not have any more after this, so
So good. Fuck them.
Do you guys know?
It's fine.
Do you guys know how student tickets work when you go to the actual school?
It depends on the school. If your school is good, like there's a lottery.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I think
it's not
Oregon you have to buy them, and it's
because I've been thinking since we know I'm going to Oregon State next year. Like I've been thinking about shit. I'm gonna get student tickets for all of us when Oregon comes to OSU, and then I'll throw in my Oregon gear and be like, "Fuck you! I don't care if I go to the school."
so this is how shitty that school is.
You can just go into the student section.
They make so to get Civil War tickets as a student, you have to go to all the other games.
You have to pay to go to all the other games.
No.
Oh.
They're not that
give you
cool.
tickets, but you have to go to all of them, and they check to see if your tickets were used.
Okay, cool. I'll get tickets and give them to somebody else.
Yeah, but it has to. Well, that's the problem. Is that they would have to use your student ID. They check ID with the ticket when you go in through the student gate.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to find a 5'8" stocky.
It doesn't have height and weight on it. Just get your picture. So you gotta
Okay.
just find a bum who looks similar enough, and
Just find a bum who likes football.
or maybe I know somebody who can make a fake ID.
Yeah.
And then make it good enough that you can get in that way and do
I'm
that.
just saying.
Or maybe you just go in. Like
While I'm going to school there, I want to scam them as much as I can.
Obviously.
Clearly, because
you just leave upper deckers on all the
Mhm.
all the buildings.
Right? Like I already know that like my apartment's gonna have an Oregon Duck shower curtain, and like it's gonna be very clear when you came in here into my apartment. That,
If
like,
you ever have to take go to the bathroom while you're in class, be like, hey, I gotta go take a Wayne Tinkle.
Everyone will die of laughter because it'll be the first time anyone's ever tried comedy in Corvallis.
Be like, wait, what was that? Was that a joke?
No, your football team is.
Ah!
I kind of wish I had. Remember the old recordings of me drunk driving, or not driving, but riding through Corvallis?
Hey, good edit there, Dave.
Yeah. Well, this time I wasn't driving.
Not this time.
But Mike, I was like, what did I say? There's nothing but assholes and grass farm seed in this town.
Yes.
Drunk. Ain't nothing but assholes and grass farm seed.
Oh man.
Oh, dude.
I have like one of them somewhere. I'm trying to
As
find
much
it.
as we hate Corvallis, we had some good times out there.
Because we were there, not because they
exactly.
Okay, not 'cause
We would have
of
had
Corvallis.
good times anywhere.
Yeah.
That's like the beginning of the Golden Globes party happened in Corvallis.
Yeah.
It's because like I happened to be in Corvallis one day and I'm like, hey Robin, what are you doing? He's like, I'm about to watch the Golden Globes. Do you want to watch? I'm like, no. Sure. He's like, and then we just created a drinking game as we're watching it and like realized
The anything but beer parties.
The butt beer.
butt beer parties.
Yeah.
We need to, maybe Hawaii needs to be our butt beer game.
Could be.
Because Ben's gonna be in
First off,
Wyoming for the first game.
second,
Oh wait.
fuck you 2 time.
Didn't I say first like hygiene?
You said first off, hygiene. Second off, fuck you 2 times.
2 times.
Oh man.
Let's see. That shit was crazy. The
I just got a flashback when I got the kidney stones stuck.
Oh.
I remember that shit.
That sucked. I went and watched UFC in Monmouth, and like on the way home, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta piss really bad. Pulled over at the stadium and started to pee on the stadium, and then like a kidney stone got stuck, and I was like, the fuck was that? So I go home, nobody's there. I'm just pounding water, and I peed into the bathtub, and this fucking kidney stone shot out.
Oh, it sucks.
2 of them. I have them. They were big.
I've never had any kidney stones or anything like that.
Yeah,
fortunately. You don't. Try not. I'm trying not to. I do my best.
They're not cool.
I remember my dad had kidney stones, and like, you know, the first time you ever see your dad as a human being, like experiencing pain, like that's what it was for me. Like, I'd seen my dad like with half of his thumb literally hanging on, like they sewed his thumb back on, and he's just like, okay, whatever. And like I've seen my dad go through grievous injury and just shrug it off. But a kidney stone had this man on his knees, like in pain. And I was standing there like, well, I don't know what a kidney stone is, but I don't want them. Like,
I don't even like rocks.
I don't even like rocks. Rocks.
Oh god. That video is so good.
It's good. But kidney stones ain't no joke. That's one of the things again, secondhand knowledge I got from my dad. He asked a lot of women. He's like, women who had kidney stones and who had also given birth. He said, which one objectively is more painful? And they're like, kidney stones are more painful, far and away, because it's just they just tear at everything on the way out.
And it's literally debilitating. Like,
doesn't
everything fucking
tear everything too?
Yeah, but this is like, it's because something is so small is like shutting your whole body down.
And there's a lot of, your body's going into shock pretty much when you're giving birth, and so they give you a lot of drugs. They don't really give you a lot of drugs to deal with kidney stones. You just kind of gotta.
I got some morphine.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
my dad got a prescription for beer.
Oh. I just got told not to drink any more Mountain Dew and eat less red meat.
So what you're saying is if I want some morphine, I need to eat a bunch of red meat and drink some Mountain Dew.
But you might fuck up and get gout.
Could. Yep.
I'm pretty sure I had gout at one point.
Got a bad case of the gout.
Bad case of the
gout. No, I had all the symptoms of the gout, but I was too stubborn to go to the doctor because for a while there, I just didn't go to the doctor for anything.
Right.
Even this is when I was at the prison and I had excellent health care. Like I could have gone in there, gotten everything taken care of, wouldn't have cost me a dime. But I was like, in a day or 2, I'll be able to walk.
You're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Like my foot would swell up, get really red. And I'm like, I must have twisted it.
Rub some dirt on it. You'll be
I'd show up at work with crutches. Like I can still do my job.
I have problems with my ankle sometimes that it'll just like stop. Like it'll just like not work in the middle of a step. Like I'll just be walking and all of a sudden it's like, nope, I'm done. Like, fuck you. Sucks.
That's not cool. It's called getting old.
It's been happening since I was young.
This is the section of the show called Medical Problems and Aging.
Dude, speaking of getting old, there are now 2 kids that I interviewed in high school that are in the Madden video game. Sent that in the group chat earlier, but that's weird, man.
Yeah. It took me a minute to figure out what you were saying. I was like, what is... Oh, I get it.
Yeah, like I threw a pass to one of them the other day and is like, complete to John Bates. I was like, oh my God. His dad was like my best friend at the football games.
That's awesome.
Like the new one, the 2024?
Yeah.
I haven't
Yep.
downloaded it yet.
Yeah, Talanoa Hufanga is from Crescent Valley in Corvallis, and John Bates is from Lebanon.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of cool.
John Bates.
Yeah. It was Bates. My picture of Bates is the one where I won the award for.
Is he a master?
He is when he's young. I had a scoop that I was basically sworn to secrecy on, because like his dad would wear like this, like you know, like those NASCAR jackets, but they're like college teams or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like one of those, and he would wear an Oregon State one to like every single game because his son had committed to Oregon State.
Mhm.
And then like one basketball game, he didn't show up with the Oregon State jacket on. And now this wasn't like something he wore occasionally. He wore it every game. He
Yeah.
wore this fucking jacket. It's how I knew that, and the fact that he was a billion feet tall. Like those are the two ways I knew John Bay's dad walked in the gym. Well, he walked in wearing a regular jacket, and he sat in where he usually sits, and I sat where I usually sat, and there was a quarter break, and I looked at him, and I kind of gave him a little, tugged at my shirt, looked at his jacket, and he kind of he put his finger to his lips and just didn't say it, just kind of shook his head. A week later, he's in a Boise State jacket. And his son had decommitted and flipped, but
That's
for that
awesome.
week he couldn't be. He's like, I'm not wearing that
Right.
shit. Like I was
Right.
only wearing it because that's where he was going. But yeah, like it was one of those moments where I realized I'm like, I actually am an investigatory journalist, man. Like I fucking snuffed
You
that
figured
out.
it out, yeah.
I figured it out, and I got acknowledgement that I was right. But he's like, you can't say anything, because what am I gonna do? I have an unsubstantiated rumor because John Bay's dad didn't wear his coat
because
to a
he
basketball.
did this.
Yeah, because he
Like-
told me to be quiet because I asked him why he wasn't wearing his coat. Yeah, and like that's not anything. John Bates
Right.
decommits from Oregon State.
Right.
Right.
Who's your source? Trust me.
Me.
I have
Yeah,
a very
hey, trust me.
I have a very reputable source. I can't give it away.
Have you heard? I don't remember what it was on. I think it was TikTok, but it was like there, like in 1999, 2000, something like that. The NCAA made it so it was illegal to fly recruits by helicopter to
Yes. Oh, I'm very familiar with this.
So up until
It's why Wazoo died.
and University of Idaho. Because they were flying recruits out there, and at that time Idaho had like a 10-year win streak over Boise State, like pretty consistently smacking them. And then when they made this rule, Boise State's got an airport that flies right
Directly into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what is Idaho in Moscow?
Moscow, yep.
Yeah. They don't have that. So nobody goes there.
You can fly into Spokane and then drive for an hour and a half through cornfields and nothing.
Yeah.
Like we made that drive to Pullman, like and there's fucking nothing around Pullman. You just show up and there's a street light and a fucking garbage football stadium.
Right. Well, and same thing with Oregon State.
Yeah.
It's still 45 minutes, even if there's an airport that close, but
Like their airport's just like you can fly into the Corvallis airport, but they don't.
yeah.
Which is, it's also hilarious when because if they fly into the Eugene airport and the first thing they see as soon as they get there is a huge billboard for the University of Oregon.
Right.
It's there.
Mhm.
It's like, hey, so yeah, you're going the wrong direction.
Speaking
Well,
of
it's like-
billboards, you see that Bo Nix one they put up in Dallas?
Yeah, that one's cool.
See that, Dave?
Two buildings.
not.
It's a 2-building thing. So it looks like he's throwing a pass. Like the one is just like his torso, and then the
Mhm.
other one is just the arm and the ball.
Yeah, his arms like
They
It
put
looks
that
cool.
in Dallas.
in Dallas. Yeah.
and I don't know how far.
The
Hey,
blue
hey,
button.
Levi, how far is Lubbock from Dallas? Let me know.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Google that shit.
I
Jamie,
was
look
gonna
that
go
up.
Oh,
Young
speaking-
Jamie.
speaking of Lubbock, I was just thinking like I got a place we could stay in Lubbock if we want to go to that game.
How much do you think those tickets are? Let's play the over/under game. I'm pulling them up on Vivid Seats. How much is a in the door ticket to Oregon versus Texas Tech?
I'm gonna say like cheapest ticket or
Yeah, in the door.
55.
I think
So you get it the right angle and it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
This angle, not so much.
Yeah.
What's up, Stretch Armstrong?
Go gadget arm.
All right, Dave. How
Yeah.
much do you think Oregon versus Texas Tech is?
Are we talking average price? Or
No,
We're talking
just the cheapest.
In the door.
75.
75. I've not looked yet. I'm gonna say 109 in the door. All right, here we go. 109.
What?
the fuck out of here.
I don't believe that you didn't
Jake's a
look.
cheater.
Fuck you.
Jake's
You're
a cheater.
cheating.
Jake's a cheater.
I promise I didn't.
Jake's a cheater is the name of the episode.
Yep.
I
Jake's a
promise
cheater.
I didn't cheat.
Jake's a cheater is the name of the this episode, next episode, and the episode after that.
All the episodes.
The episodes.
That's the name of the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to Jake's a cheater.
Hey, knock it off.
Go on, get.
Go on,
get. Hey, you shut up,
Now, God damn it.
Aaron.
God damn it.
So yeah, so 300 and that's before fees.
Right. That's, man.
No, never mind. I'm not going to Lubbock to watch that game.
Yeah, and we have to get to Lubbock, and then when we get to Lubbock, we're in fucking Texas.
Right.
Actually, I'm going to San Antonio next summer.
San Antonio,
Why?
that's Spanish for.
Oh, man, there's some big old women down in San Antonio.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something about San Antonio.
Well, my
It's
second
terrible.
oldest nephew is graduating high school in San Antonio. So
Wait, how many nephews do you have?
Why do
3.
you have to go to have him get graduated up here?
Well, he goes to school in San Antonio.
So
Oh, yeah, Billy's kid. I was like, 1, 2.
Billy's kid's my third.
Yeah. I really got confused.
Now we
How
got
many-
3 nephews, 2 nieces.
you're gonna spend like the rest of your life going to weddings. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, because I love my family.
No, I'm saying like every weekend is gonna be a wedding. Like you got to get yourself a wedding suit now.
I do. I wore it to the last wedding I was just at.
There you go. Well, see, I'm behind.
Actually, no. I have to get a new one because the wedding, not really a suit. It's a barong. It's a Filipino thing. I've had that for over 20 years and it finally ripped. So I need to buy a new one.
They have these machines for sewing.
No, the where it ripped, you couldn't. I don't know much about
Mhm.
seamstry work.
Seamstresses.
Wait, are seamstresses only women? Because that sounds like
Yes.
mistress, seamstress.
Yes.
So it's like a seamster?
It's
Like
I believe it's
teamster,
seamster. Yes.
Anyway,
Where we at?
I don't know.
We're talking about your
Lubbock.
seamstress.
Oh, but I need to get a new one. But the funny thing is, I don't know. I haven't showed any pictures or posted it. So the Filipino formal dress, right, for men is black slacks, dress shoes, this thing we call a barong. It's made out of mine's 100% silk, but it can also be used of like bamboo fibers and stuff like that. But it's basically a
Wood
long
shirt.
sleeve shirt and it's it's see-through except for some embroidery, right? And you wear an undershirt under it. Well, I'm in Arizona, hot as shit. So I like halfway through the reception, I'm like, I'm changing. I went and put flip-flops on, a pair of board shorts, and I took my undershirt off and then put that barong back on. And I was like, hey, Mom, why the fuck did Filipinos make this shirt that's breathable? Because it's hot in the Philippines, and then put an undershirt under it. She's just like looked at me. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm not wearing an undershirt ever again. I'm going to be in board shorts, flip-flops, fancy shirt that you can see through, and I will be cool because I'm not sweating my ass off.
That's
You should wear that to the Duck game.
for when the Philippines come.
Yeah, when we play the University of the Philippines.
University of the Philippines, which is basically the University of Hawaii.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, they should.
Except,
the University of the South
Filipinos are
Pacific.
tiny fuckers, and they would not be on a football team.
They're
Maybe
just all
basketball.
kickers.
Punters. Yeah.
It's a team full of kickers and punters.
That would be
There's
awesome.
one baseball travel team name that made me laugh once. It was just 12 shortstops.
I like it.
They were-
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it was just on the topic of Little League Baseball. Like I was watching, I think maybe you sent it, the whole Savicki video
I
talking
was
about
just gonna say that. Yeah.
yeah, how they brought just fucking kids to dice you up instead of trying to hit the ball 100 yards.
Well, it's because, and he explained it. It's the same rules like Rivs softball has. Is where everybody bats. Like doesn't matter how many kids you have. Everybody.
That was the
gets to
same
bat.
rules we played with at in West Seattle baseball, and you know what? It's not that hard to rotate 12.
Yeah, it's not.
And you know what? It's when you have 3 kids in your lineup who are certain outs. Here's how you do it. Here's how you build a lineup with 3 kids who are absolute dog shit. So you start your top 3 are your 3 best hitters. Your fast kid who can hit, your kind of fast kid who can hit, and your power hitter. And then from there, I create kids in pods of 3. A kid who's probably going to get a hit, a kid who might get a hit, and a kid who's not going to get a hit. So a kid who's not going to get a hit is always going to be followed by a kid who might get a hit or a kid who will get a hit. That way, if that kid walks or possibly somehow gets on base, hits the ball, error, whatever, they have a kid behind. They get to run the bases and they get to score. They get to contribute and be part of the team. A lot of kids, like, it took kids a second to realize what was happening, but I was like, yeah, you're in the third pod. And then by the time you get to the kids who are 11 and 12, you can stack 2 kids who aren't so good. Right. Because if one of them gets out, you start the next inning with the kid who's not going to hit, followed by your 3 best hitters on the team.
Yeah.
It's crazy that sportsmanship is so like forgotten about at that level when they try to preach it as such a thing. Like, I don't know how I would feel about having my kid play on a little league team that he got no playing time on. Like, would I rather
probably?
Like, would I rather he play on the little league team that goes to the Little League World Series? Yes, it's a fantastic experience. You get to do all this, but you never play.
Yeah.
You know, you don't play. Like, would I rather you do that, or would I rather you play in a fun league where everybody gets a shot and you get 4 at-bats a game because everyone gets 4 at-bats a game and you play 7 positions?
Yeah.
What's a better situation? I don't know.
I guess it depends on if your kid sucks or not.
Exactly. But you see, it's that classic, like, would you rather lose in the first round of the NCAA tournament or win the NIT?
First round of the NCAA tournament.
But you don't get a trophy for that.
Meh. I'd rather have that experience.
You don't get. Oh well. Okay. You're talking about the NIT, but I was thinking NAIT or NAIA.
Right?
Oh,
no. I mean, I would definitely. Yeah, that's easy. I would much rather lose in the first round of the NCAA than win the NAIA.
Yeah. That's what. Because I don't think about basketball as much as you guys do, and I was thinking yeah, but you don't get drafted out of the NAIA. Last few people I know that got drafted out of the NAIA didn't really do a whole lot.
Well, Terry Porter.
Griff Yates.
Who's
Remember
Griff
him?
Yates?
Griff Yates. He went to Southern Oregon. He was a running back. He went to Coquille High School and then played for the 49ers.
Yep.
That's the only one that I can think of. I don't know.
Was that Griff Yates? That was early 2000s, wasn't it?
Late 90s, I think. Because I think he played against me.
So my freshman year at Southern, when I was in the office, the coach's office, they were talking about 2 guys that had just got one from the Rams. One went to the Rams, but he didn't get drafted. He got a free agent contract.
Undrafted free agent.
Undrafted
UFA.
free agent. Yeah. And then you never heard of him ever again. He was running back for Southern, but that's NAIA Division III too, and they had just won the title the year my senior year of high school. They won the title, and then I thought I was going to walk on.
You know what I find insane is that like Linfield College has possibly like the most devoted fan base in the state. Like
it's kind of wild.
Yeah, like there are people who are like 40-year season ticket holders to Linfield College, and they're like pretty legit at their level.
Yeah.
What level are they at?
I think they're like Division III.
Probably. Let's look it up.
Look that up, Jamie. Look that up.
Isn't that where Sean went and played there?
Sean Kemp?
No, Sean Bradford.
Sean Mary?
Yeah. He's a local guy around here. He's actually the principal now at the high school that my nephew and niece are actually going to go to.
Ben says episode 289 had me audibly saying, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of dude, did you see Bam's or Steve-O's most recent? I think I sent it to you.
I sent it to you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You sent it to me. I sent it to you.
About the song.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah. You insult my style. I love that he's just gone completely just like anything Bam says, he just mocks
They're Division III. A pen fell.
I wish people would have let me know that there were other divisions of sports.
Oh, yeah. I wish I would have known that there was even smaller schools than Southern Oregon that I could have gone to play football for.
Yeah.
Because I did not know at the time. And I thought Southern was small.
Which it is, but it's not that small.
It's not that small. Not small. Yeah.
My
back hurts. It reminds me of like Independence Community College before Coach JB?
God.
Yeah, Coach JB got there.
Mm-hmm.
God, like I miss like you want to talk about a show like we would be watching that right now. We would be talking about the latest season of Last Chance U, but unfortunately, because apparently Netflix sucks at everything now.
I've been watching Hard Knocks.
Is it good?
Jets. Yeah, it's all right. It's kind of cool seeing them just doing different stuff. I mean, I don't know too much about what they do as far as how the practices are ran and that sort of thing. So that's cool to watch. They definitely spend a lot of time doing motivational speeches, like more than I would have thought.
All right, so here's what we got to do, boys. Like give me like Robin Chat GPT together. Give me a couple together a speech that you could do from these motivizers.
Oh God. Well, okay, I'll give you an example of one of them that they had. They had I wouldn't call him a magician, but like a mentalist. They brought him in, and he's talking about, all right, here's what you guys got to do. You got to visualize what you want to do, and I want you to think of two teams. Who do you think of? And they're like the Jets and the 49ers. And they're like, okay. And now we're going to think about the Super Bowl. Imagine they're in the Super Bowl. What's the score of that Super Bowl? And it's like 21-31, and obviously the Jets. And they're like, and he holds up a thing that's got that score. And I was like, oh. He's like, basically what I'm saying is you got to visualize all this stuff that you want to do. And like, oh, okay.
So you could have just done a cool trick, guy.
Yeah, that's all he did. Then there was another one where the head coach, I forget his name, he was talking about how there's four types of people.
Oh my God. So, okay, no, that's, you know how Robert Saleh used to coach for the 49ers. Like I could have done that. That's why I fucking hate mentalists and this cold reading bullshit. Because of course he picked the 49ers because that's where he just coached. No shit. That's the first NFC team that came to mind.
It wasn't him though.
I thought it was Saleh.
No, one of the players. Yeah, because he just asked one of the players at random.
Rescinded.
But anyway, Saleh was talking about how there's four types of people in the world. There's like survivors and competitors and leaders and champions or something like that. And I don't know. It was just all this kind of bullshit. And he's like, we got to be competitors and trying to be champions. And I was like, these guys are all self-motivated. If they're not, then I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's the thing that's funny to me. Like, I went down and I had my first meeting with the new guys in Portland, and I'm like, hey, like, you're adults, do your job, and it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, don't do your job and it won't be cool. But I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I've noticed, like, and this was just as I was thinking about it, talking about the motivational things. Like, when I coached football, I'm not big into the motivational side of thing. I'm like, you either want to do it or you don't. Like,
I can't make you do it.
I'm not gonna hold your hand. You either want to do your best or you don't.
Well, it's like most of these motivational speakers, right? People will see them even if they don't go to their whatever you want to call it, their serum or fucking speech or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
People see them online and stuff like that because there's an algorithm, and people are like, oh, he's so true. Yeah, for you, because you're in that algorithm of like you're depressed or you're going through a breakup or you're going through this shit in your life, and the algorithm has noticed
you need to
this
hear
is something
these things.
You need to hear.
I got a lot of Zig Ziglar motivation working at Delta. It was weird.
Right? Like, you're going to hear these things from these people, but it's all bullshit. Like, just be an adult and handle your shit.
I think that's the biggest part about coaching high school is they aren't quite adults.
Oh, yeah. That's,
And
it's
I think that's
different.
Yeah, you definitely have to kind of lead them to water situation, like.
Yeah. But that also goes into learning like different leadership styles. Like, which kids to yell at and which kids to pamper and which kids to like give, like I've told people that I am pretty big on negative reinforcement. Like, positive reinforcement goes my head, then I slack. But if negative reinforcement, like especially self-negative reinforcement, when I constantly tell myself that I'm not doing good enough, I do better. But once I start feeling like I've done enough, I start slacking.
And stop reading texts.
Yeah, well, that's just always.
Oh.
But you know what I mean? That like negative reinforcement is a thing that is usable.
There is a saying that it's the same water that softens the potato hardens the egg.
Huh. I've never heard that, but makes sense.
So someone said, like, I heard that said once, and ever since I heard that, like, that's kind of changed my thoughts on how to deal with people, and remember that
Confucius.
Yeah, man who go to sleep with itchy butt, awaken with stinky finger.
I think so. This is how I feel like I got to where I am. I did a lot of lumberjack sports where it was all self-motivation. Like, I didn't have a coach. It was, if I need to get better or want to get better, I have to go out and practice. Nobody's going to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to watch video. I'm going to record myself and see what I'm doing wrong and get better. So I lost a lot of that, like, rah kind of bullshit. And I just gave up on it because I don't care. Because I'm like, I don't get motivated that way anymore. Mm-hmm. So it never comes to my mind to help anyone else that way.
The most motivating sentence that's ever been said to me was by my old work buddy. We looked at something and he's like, well, the only way out is through.
Huh.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, and we're off to the races. And then, you know what? 15 minutes later, it was done. And we're like, well, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah. It's true.
Nope. Well, I think
that thing I was dreading for 6 months, it took 10 minutes. I will learn nothing from this.
Sounds very Ron Swanson. I've learned nothing.
I think my thing with negative reinforcement, I'm not amazing. I'm clearly not an amazing athlete because I didn't go anywhere with it. But I was good enough for small town kind of athletics that I constantly had people telling me, good job, you did great, you did this right. And I'm a small dude, but I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I constantly was told I was doing the right thing.
That's what he tells the chicks.
You know? Yeah. Well, and it's very much the the big fish in a small pond kind of thing. I grew up and I moved away. I went to Southern to play football, and that got shot down right away because I'm 5'8", 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not playing middle linebacker in college. Right?
Yeah, and I'm not playing center at Lane either.
Right. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything. Right. So for a long time, my confidence got shot down because I went from constantly being told I was doing the right thing to learning that I wasn't good enough. And then I think that just kind of morphed to my negative reinforcement is, well, you're not good enough. Try harder. You're not good enough. Try harder. Be better because you're not where you should be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to that style of motivation. I find value in that. I find value in motivating myself that way, but I also have to remember I need to be nicer to myself sometimes, because I can be real shitty to me, especially I get real personal because I know where all my soft points are.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, I think Robin and Mike have both caught me in the bathroom when we were living together.
Jerking
Remember when I'd get real drunk and then I'd end up in the bathroom.
Look in the mirror.
Yeah. No, when you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Dave looking in the mirror drunk?
Just
I think I've been there for that.
In the mirror, like absolutely hating myself.
Yeah.
Like there was, like welcome to mental health.
Yeah.
My show. But like Robin and Mike both caught me in situations that you don't want to catch one of your best friends with. Drinking.
Yeah. Her name was Alyssa.
And shit
She's
on
a bitch.
Right? They're all bitches. But you know what I mean?
Name.
Like we do that because we know we can do better.
Well, these people, they could have been anywhere in the world, but they're here with us. We appreciate that. Make sure you're watching this shit on YouTube. You see the pre-show there. You can see one of my new kitties. I brought her out.
Tasty looking pussy.
Shut up, Dave. But for this episode, this edition of my show, good night, universe.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
That's a podcast.
Yeah, he'll be on
this.
Hey, where are you going, David?
He's like,
David,
fuck
I
your
gotta,
credits.
David, I got to piss Deaton.
Oh, God.
Make sure to go and check out definitelynotsellingdrugs.com.